Deep in the heart of the Amazon rainforest, where the dense canopy filters sunlight into a mesmerizing array of greens, and the air is thick with the scent of earth and growth, lives a multitude of creatures and spirits. Among these spirits, the Chulachaqui is one of the most feared and mysterious. This legend has been passed down through generations, a story as old as the forest itself. In a small village on the edge of the Amazon rainforest, the villagers lived in harmony with nature. They respected the forest, for it provided them with everything they needed: food, shelter, and medicine. They knew that the forest was home to both benevolent and malevolent spirits, and they were cautious to heed the warnings of their elders. One evening, as the sun dipped below the horizon and the forest was shrouded in twilight, the villagers gathered around the fire to listen to the stories of the wise old shaman. The shaman began to recount the tale of El Chullachaqui, a spirit that was both feared and respected in the forest. The shaman explained that El Chullachaqui was a spirit that lived deep within the heart of the jungle. Unlike other forest spirits, El Chullachaqui had a malevolent nature. His primary role was to deceive and mislead those who ventured into the forest without proper respect or knowledge. El Chullachaqui had the ability to change his form at will. He could appear as a loved one, a friendly animal, or even a guide who seemed to offer help. His goal was to lead travelers astray, causing them to become lost and disoriented in the labyrinth of trees and vines. The most insidious trick of El Chullachaqui was his ability to mimic the appearance of familiar faces. He would take on the form of a family member or friend to lure people deeper into the forest, leading them away from the path home. Once the traveler was lost, El Chullachaqui would reveal his true form, a ghastly, twisted figure with a grotesque grin and eyes that glowed with a malevolent light. One day, a young and curious villager named Killa decided to explore the forest. Despite the warnings from the elders, Killa was determined to see the beauty of the forest for himself. The wise old shaman, sensing trouble, gave Killa a special charm and said, "This charm will protect you if you ever encounter the Chulachaqui. Do not trust anyone you meet in the forest. Keep to the path and follow the charm's guidance." Killa ventured into the forest, marveling at the towering trees, colorful birds, and exotic plants. Hours passed as he wandered deeper, and the charm began to glow softly, a sign that the forest was changing. Suddenly, Killa heard a voice calling his name. It was the voice of his sister, Misai, who had been lost in the forest many years ago. Overcome with joy and longing, Killa followed the voice, hoping to find his lost sister. The voice led Killa deeper into the forest, away from the path he had been following. As Killa ventured further, the charm's glow grew dimmer. He did not notice the change until he saw the figure of Misai before him. But as he approached, he realized that the figure before him was not Misai at all, but a ghastly creature with a twisted face and glowing eyes. El Chullachaqui revealed his true form, and Killa was filled with terror. The spirit laughed wickedly. "You have wandered far from the path. There is no way back for you now." Remembering the wise old shaman's words, Killa held up the charm. The charm began to glow brightly, and a barrier of light appeared between him and the Chulachaqui. The spirit laughed wickedly. "You have wandered far from the path. There is no way back for you now." Remembering the wise old shaman's words, Killa held up the charm. The charm began to glow brightly, and a barrier of light appeared between him and the Chulachaqui. The spirit howled in anger but could not pass through the light. In a desperate bid to escape, Killa used the charm to find his way back to the path. With the guidance of the charm, he retraced his steps through the jungle, and after what seemed like an eternity, he emerged back at the edge of the forest. Killa returned to the village and recounted his tale to the wise old shaman and the villagers. They were relieved that he had escaped the clutches of El Chullachaqui but saddened to hear of the spirit's deceit. The wise old shaman said, "You were fortunate to escape, but let your tale be a warning to all. The forest is a place of wonder and danger. Respect it, and heed the wisdom of those who know its secrets. The moral of the story, The Legend of El Chullachaqui, serves as a cautionary tale. It teaches that the forest is not just a resource but a living entity that must be respected. One should always listen to the wisdom of the elders and follow their guidance. Not everyone who appears friendly has good intentions, and it is important to be cautious in unfamiliar situations. The tale of El Chullachaqui remains a vital part of Amazonian folklore, a story passed down through generations to ensure that the young and the old alike respect the mysteries of the jungle. It is a legend that reminds the people of the delicate balance between humans and nature, and the importance of wisdom and vigilance.